So today we're going to look at something new that a lot of you maybe haven't even thought about, and that is how to make a resume. For those who don't know what a resume is a form that you fill out, and it's not like a form that's pre-selected. There's different types of resumes. We're going to look at one that is kind of a preset resume, but it's a form that you fill out that kind of tells the employer or the potential employer your education experience, your skills, and different things about you to let them know whether or not you will be a good fit at that job. So it's really important to know how to build a resume and also just know how to create it on Word. It may not be super helpful for right now because a lot of you aren't old enough to get jobs, but the next couple of years you will be. And if you want to have a little extra money to go spend, you got to go find a job. So we're going to look at how to make a resume. So the first thing we're going to do, as you can see, I have a blank image right here, blank document. We don't want a blank document. We want to use this preset resume document. So we're going to go up to File, and we're going to go to New. Now when we click on New, you'll see all these different options right here. Now they may not be in the same order because this puts it in the order of the last thing that you used. The last one I used was resume, and that's what we are going to use. But you may have to scroll down and look for it to be able to find it. But somewhere on this page will say the word resume. If you have a hard time finding it, you can always just raise your hand when the assignment's being given. But I'm going to double click on where it says resume. Alright. Now, one thing you'll notice is just with the video that you're watching, it may look a little different resolution-wise. That's because the video that I'm capturing isn't the entire screen. So if this looks weird on YouTube, whatever you're watching it on, it's because of that. So you can see this actually already automatically inputted my name. It may not do that for you. My computer is logged in under my name, so it automatically knows to put my name on there. But you will probably have to actually go in and physically type out your name. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to retype my name in. There we go. And right underneath my name, we're just going to go through each of the different categories here so that you know how to fill them in. Now some of these you'll have to kind of, I don't want to say make it up, but obviously y'all don't have a college degree yet, but y'all have graduated from junior high or from different grades, first, second, third, fourth. You graduate from elementary school, and so there's different things we can kind of make to put in here that in the future, when you're really doing it, would be more of like a high school degree or a college degree. So you can see this asks for our address. Now, when you do this, you don't have to type in your real address. I'm going to type in a fake address. Now, this is close to my real address, but it's not the right thing. So if you send a letter here, it's going to go to a random human being that I don't know. Same thing with the telephone number. It's close to my number, but it is not the right one. So once again, if you just click on, if you click on each of these different little sections here, it'll automatically let you type it in. So when I click on email, it'll give me a little thing, it'll highlight it, and I'm going to start typing in my email. Now this is my real email. It's my UME Prep email. Y'all all have this, so I don't have to hide it from you. Alright, so let's first look at objective. What is objective? The objective on a resume, what that's asking you to write, is basically what you're looking for in a job. So it's going to be specific to whatever job you're applying for. So it's not going to look the same if you're applying for a job at a restaurant. It's not going to look the same as if you're applying for a job like at a school. So I'm going to write mine. We're going to pretend like I'm making a resume to go teach at a school, and so mine's going to be kind of focused on that. So you can read what I'm writing here. Once again, it needs to be individualistic to what job you're applying for. Alright. Now, after objective, which should only be about one, maybe two sentences at the most, it shouldn't be very much. One sentence is fine. You'll have this this section here called education. Now I'm going to type in this is my real education from college. Yours will be different. I want you all to type in, just pick one of the grades you graduated from, and try to and when it says related coursework, just try to type in a class that you remember taking in that grade. A lot of this will be explained more on the actual assignment. But I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. Once again, if you just click it, it will select the area that you clicked, and you can just type it in. And you'll also notice that in this particular format, it automatically makes all my text that's in this heading area right here. It makes all that text automatically capitalized, so I don't have to worry about capitalizing anything. It just puts it in all caps. And for those who don't know, I did get my degree from DBU. It's a history degree, and I did have a biblical studies minor. Now, once again, in this related coursework, you're just going to type in whatever a class that you remember taking during that grade that you graduated from. So a few classes that I remember taking in college were Texas history, U.S. history, and minor prophets. That was a fun class. I also got another degree. I want you all to have at least 2 classes that you graduated from. Now, if you didn't graduate from a class, then you probably shouldn't be in this grade. That may be an issue, but all of you should have at least passed 6 other grades before the one that you're in, since you're in 7th grade. All right, and I have a history major, and I did not have a minor. So if I don't have something, you can just delete it. You just hit the backspace button or the delete button, and you can just get rid of it, and it'll delete it for you, and it'll move everything up. Related coursework, I'm just going to type in about 2 here. East Asian history and World War II history. Okay, so this next section, this is your skills and ability. These are just examples that you can use that the computer automatically gives you. I'm not going to use those. I want you to make up something that really identifies who you are and some of the skills that you have. So one of the skills that I have is leadership. And you're just going to give a brief summary of why you think you have good leadership skills. And I'm going to type in this here. I'm going to try to type fast. So if I misspell something, please forgive me. All right. And I'm just going to give just 2 examples here. In your assignment, you're going to have to do 3, but I'm just going to give 2 examples. Alright, and once again, the ones I don't use, I can just hit the backspace button and delete them, and it will bring everything else up. Now, once again, you're not going to have any job experience. None of y'all worked before, but I'm sure you've done something at home. So you can make up 2 jobs that maybe your parents have maybe made you do, like vacuum or mowing. You can call the company. You can make up a name, or you can just call it parents, something like that. And with the dates too, you can just make up some dates there. All this means, what it says dates from to, is when you started to when you finished. And if you still do it, then you write to present. So I'm going to type these in really quickly, just to give you an example. And these, once again, are jobs that I've actually really had. So before I was at UME, I worked at my church, just doing little odd jobs, kind of some of the similar things that I do at the school outside of teaching. And I'm going to describe what I do right here. And here we go. I'm just going to type in teacher, UME. Once again, because I still teach here, I'm going to type in the word present, because I still teach here. And so type in one of the classes that I teach. Alright. And I just need to make sure that I save this. And once again, this would be something that I print out, and when I go to my job interview, or I send an email, sometimes you do that too, that I would give over to my employer. So I just need you to go onto my website, look for the assignment labeled resume, and just follow the instructions and raise your hand when you're done.